April 15th, 1947, Jackie Robinson ran onto Brooklyn's Ebbets Field and shattered the color barrier in Major League Baseball. Robinson was the first African American to play in the big leagues, but black baseball was nearly as old as the game itself. In an era when segregation ruled the land, some of the best players who ever lived toiled solely for the love of the game in baseball's historic Negro Leagues.
Jackie Robinson hit that ball. It went zooming across the left field wall. Yeah, boy.
Yes, Jackie's real gone.
Jackie Robinson is remembered as a pioneer on the baseball field. He was the first African American to play in the major leagues. But decades before Jackie laced up his cleats, black baseball players were working to make that day possible. Beginning in 1920, the segregated Negro Leagues existed in the shadows of Major League Baseball. In big cities and small towns all across the country, fans flocked to see players like Josh Gibson, Cool Papa Bell, Satchel Paige, and countless others. They thrilled crowds and slowly changed minds about racial intolerance.
My proudest time being in the Negro League was being around people like Satchel Paige and W. Radcliffe, Josh Gibson. Those type of people were so awesome as far as what people would write about them. Like Josh Gibson hit a ball they had a clock in Comiskey Park way back, and it's unbelievable somebody hit a ball that far.
The Negro Leagues was chock full of great sluggers like Mule Suttles, Buck Leonard, and Pop Lloyd. But Big Josh Gibson stands apart. By all accounts, Josh was one of the greatest hitters ever to step into the batter's box. Gibson hit more than 800 home runs during his career, and his fabled blasts are the stuff of legend.
I ain't never seen nobody hit one as far as Josh did. And we used to say it looked like a pigeon flying over the center field wall. 400 and some feet, you know. Big Josh could hit the ball. He could really swing that bat.
And there were so many others, players who, if they had only been given a chance, might have rewritten the Major League record books. Big hitters like Oscar Charleston and Turkey Stearns, pitchers like Smokey Joe Williams, and speedsters like Cool Papa Bell, perhaps the fastest man ever to play the game. Bell was so fast that he could turn the light out and be in bed before the room got dark. At least that's what Satchel Paige claimed. Leroy Satchel Paige was a legend in his own time, a pitcher whose Negro League career spanned more than 20 years. In his heyday, he was virtually unhittable, with an oversized personality to match his extraordinary talent.
Satchel Paige had charisma. He was bigger than life itself because he had the reputation of striking out just about everybody he faced.
Satchel was all arms and legs, with pinpoint control and a blazing fastball.
We went to Kansas City. When we got out of the baseball park, I heard something, boom, boom. I said, hey, Skipper. He said, yeah, Hank. I said, this is not July the 4th. I said, who in the world in the baseball park shooting fireworks? He said, no, Hank, ain't nobody in the ballpark shooting fireworks. He said, that's old Satchel warming up.
Old Satchel had an incredible arsenal of pitches. He even named them: the Drooper, the Midnight Creeper, the Troublemaker. One of his favorites wreaked havoc with the timing of Negro League hitters.
they call it the hesitating pitch. And he stepped, he kind of paused a little bit, then they released the ball. And it was a knuckleball. And that ball looked like the ball is just like you see my hand, looked like it was floating like that. And now I swung so hard, I pulled a muscle in my side. I couldn't swing a bat in 3 days. Old Sal started laughing. He said, I told you wasn't going to whip me today.
As much as any player, Satchel Paige demonstrated the power of America's pastime to bridge America's racial divide. While Jackie Robinson is rightfully recognized as the man who broke the color barrier, it was Satchel Paige and thousands of other Negro League players who showed the way to the promised land of Major League Baseball. The Negro Leagues have long since faded, but its spirit lives on in the crack of the bat, the roar of the crowd, and the memories of the black ball players who once graced those dusty diamonds.
I look at my pictures and things, you know. I wish I could call back some of those days. I still love baseball. I really love baseball.